And we're just going to start, just have it in your hand, have it handy. As always, let's find our Pilates posture. So you're going to zip up your abdominals. You're going to lengthen your tailbone long. We're going to gently pull those ribs down and in, and we're going to roll those down. Head goes in line with your spine, so the back of the neck is long. And then we're going to hold on to our bands, or whatever you have, and we're going to be really close together. So I'm about a hand's width apart. First thing I want you to do is shift your weight forward and back into your toes and your heels. Move from your ankles, and then settle with your weight a little bit ahead. So I'm going to be not back in my heels, but just a little bit pitched forward. Bring your arms in front of you. And then a couple things I want you to keep in mind. You don't want to cock your wrists when we're holding on to the stretchy things, and you don't want to drop them. So you want to try and keep your knuckle, your wrist, and your forearm in a straight line. So shoulders up, back, and down. Make sure you didn't shrug them up. Your weight is still on your toes, but your booty isn't sticking back. And then just lift those arms up, and you can stretch those arms out just or hands apart a little bit more. We're just going to do a wee bit of posture awareness. We're going to bend the elbows and pull the arms back, and just really gentle. So this might not be a very big deal for you. This isn't a super heavy weight, but just some awareness of those muscles between your shoulders. Lead with the elbows pulling back. Notice that your knuckles are staying on the same plane with your forearms. Last two, good. And last one, hold back, roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and then extend your arms up on an angle. And make sure, again, that you didn't lean back. So you're slightly forward. And this time, we're just going to shrug the shoulders down, down, down. Adding on, press out as you go down, press out as you go down, press out as you go down. 2 more times, press out as you go down. Last time, out as you go down. I'd like you to try to lift your arms by your ears, but notice if your shirt is rising up in the front, you need to pull those ribs down and in. Back of the neck is long, and all we're going to do now, head towards your pinkies, press out, press out, press out. Every time you press out, though, I want you to pull down with the ribs. So press out and pull down with the ribs. Out and down, out and down, out and down, out and down. 2 more times, out and down, out and down. So that was just a little bit of upper body awareness. We're going to do a little bit of balance, a little bit of outer thigh, and then we'll do one last standing thing. So for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to stand with that band or whatever. You're going to stand on it with your right foot. And then move the band into your left hand, and then step in with your left foot. Rotate your arm so it faces me. Palm is facing me, thumb is towards the ceiling, and then shift your weight into your left leg, straighten out your right leg. And I want that 6 straight on that right leg. Now, if you have a more stretchy band than mine, your arm might be way up here. Mine is pretty tight, so I'm going to be right here. But I'm going to lift that right leg off the ground. I'm going to turn the toes pigeon-toed. And with that leg straight, I'm just going to extend it up. Reaching, again, leading with the heel, nice straight leg. Now, if you want to add on a little bit of shoulder work, as you lift up the leg, you also lift up the arm, thumb towards the sky, and lift, and lift, and lift. Again, keep that toe turned in so you get that outer hip action. You should feel this pretty quickly, I hope. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up, arm up, leg up, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're just going to shift. So if you have this kind of same situation as I do, all you have to do is move your band into your right hand, shoulders up, back, and down. Turn your left leg in, toe in, heel out, and then straighten that. So use that quad to straighten. Lift your right arm slightly to the right. Pull the ribs in. Lead with that heel as you lift to the sky. Lift to the sky. Press open and open. Now, again, if you have a long band, you're going to lift the band at the same time that you lift your leg. Or you're going to lift your arm at the same time you lift your leg. So some balance and some outer hip work here. Nice job, you guys. Four more. Last 2, last 1, hold it up, hold, 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 and relax. Okay, Little bit of a tricky one, so I'm going to turn sideways so we'll all be on the same leg. You're going to take the band and you're going to put it over the front of your right foot. So I'm kind of stepping into it. So you need to have your band sort of folded in half. Actually, you know what? I lied. You're going to, this will be easier. Step into it like that. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Step a little bit forward with your left leg and bend that knee. Pitch forward, right leg is straight. Now, my band is short, so I'm going to keep my band in my right hand, and I'm going to lift my leg up, and then I'm going to press forward with my arm. I'm going to tap my toes. Forward with the arm, up with the leg. Forward with the arm, up with the leg. Now, if you happen to have a really long band, move it into your left hand instead and lift. So some of you are going to be way up here or even way up here. Again, my band is a little bit shorter and tighter, so I'm not going to be quite as far. But make sure your left knee is bent, your abs are drawn in, you're lifting and pressing through that right heel as your right arm lifts or your left arm. So make sure that you're in that beautiful position with those ribs in, that tailbone long, not tucked under and rounded, so that as you do this, you're pressing that hip into extension, and again, working now the backside of that right hip. Last two, last one, can you hold it, whichever hand, doesn't matter, press through the leg and the arm, lift the arm a little higher, lift the leg a little higher, reach, 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring it in. All right, step into it with your left leg, please. And then again, shorter band, it stays in your left hand. Longer band, it goes into your right. Okay, step forward with your right leg, bend that knee, step back with your left leg, leg extension, you're gonna lift it and lower it. Arm is gonna lift and lower at the same time. A little bit of shoulder work. Again, if I had a longer band, I'd be way up here. If you have a longer band, you can also bring it into that opposite arm. Make sure that right knee is bent, pressing through that heel. Good. Torso is a little more parallel to the ground. Abs are drawn in. Tailbone is not tucked under. It's an extension so that as you do this, you can get a nice long straight line. Beautiful. Two more and relax. Nice job, everyone. Grab your stretchy band and join me on the floor, please. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take that band and we're going to put it under our feet for now. But that means you're going to have to keep your feet down so that the band doesn't come loose and flip you in the face. And then arms are out to the side, elbows lead, and fingers are down. Just going to exhale, hinge back, make sure your toes are still on the ground. Pull your belly button in. See if you can open your arms a little bit. Lower the hands. Exhale, come up. Inhale, sit tall. Now, if for any reason your band is loosey-goosey, then what you're going to do, you guys can keep going. Meanwhile, I'm going to take it around the tops of my feet, through the arches, right? So it looks like that. All right. And then you're going to do the same thing. Hinge back, pull your belly button in, lift your arms a little bit, and come back up. Exhale to hinge, pull up, and return. Exhale, hinge, pull in as you lift with the elbows. If for any reason that's bugging you with the elbows, you can just stay holding and coming up. You should feel this in your abs. It's just a baby roll down with that band for added love. Couple more. It probably makes it easier for some of you, but when you go back and you pull on the band, it should create some challenge. All right, beautiful. Take the band, so now it's only around your right foot. And I'm gonna double secure mine a little bit here, or not. And you're gonna hold on to the band with your right hand. Sit up nice and tall, and then you're gonna extend that right leg and lift it up, and you're gonna lean back a little bit, but then I want you to try to lift the elbow out to the side and get tall through the spine so you're not rounded. Can you sit taller, 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 lift the leg up? Can you straighten the arm up, arm and leg to the sky, abs drawn in? If you're rounded, sit up, you can see yourself. Come on, squeeze those shoulder blades together, get that shoulder, that posture up, and then bring that down. We're gonna move that to the other leg. This is just a preview for things to come. Shoulders up, back, and down. Go ahead and straighten the leg. You can hinge back as you need to, but then come up, lift the leg higher and higher and higher, and sit taller and taller. Try not to round. Go into extension. Can you squeeze your shoulder blades together? Lift the arm a little higher. Lift that leg a little higher. Hold, 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 and bring that down. All right, just remember that for later. How wonderful that stretch felt. Hands behind your thighs. Roll yourself down with control, a vertebra at a time, please. And then just bring those bands back in front of you. We're going to do what we did at the beginning of class. We're going to bring it between our hands with about a hand's distance apart. Deep breath in, shoulders out of your ears. Take a moment, find your lying down Pilates posture. So hips are in neutral, they're not tucked under, they're not tipped. Abs are drawn in, ribs are nice and flat, shoulders are out of your ears, head is nodded yes. And then deep breath in, exhale, imagine you're gonna punch the sky with your knuckles. Separate your hands a little bit on the bands as you bring them over your head, and that should create that extra tension. Exhale, tap your legs and come down, let everything relax. Deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs in, knuckles reach the sky. Inhale, arms overhead. Can you press out towards your pinkies? And exhale, come down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach, press out. Exhale, down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach, press out on the band, and exhale, down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach, press it out. Exhale, down. And again, lift. Reach overhead, inhale, stretch, exhale down. One more time, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, hold here. Press out on the bands for 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and lift a little higher. Drop your hands a little lower, press out on the bands. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, curl those knees into your chest. Take a nice little break here. Okay. From there, go ahead and put your left foot on the ground, and you're going to lasso your right foot. You can either go over the top or you can go behind, again, depending on if your stretchy band is going to stay in place. And then nice straight right arm. Can you push that right shoulder blade into the ground? So normally when we do leg circles that we're about to do, it's all in the, or some of it's in the hip. But now, because we've got this band, we can make these leg circles nice. So start with an inhale and cross your right leg towards the left, and then bring it down and bring it up and over to the right on an exhale. Start on an inhale, go over to the right, make your circle, finish on an exhale. As you start doing this and making those circles bigger, notice what's going on in your hips. You want your hips to stay nice and quiet. If you have the flexibility, stretch the left leg out on the ground, flex through the heel, and you're reversing your circle every time. Now, again, because we have the bands, we can probably get a much bigger range of motion than usual, but notice if you're wobbling all over the ground, keep it in control, please. Good, 2 more. Last one, keep those hips quiet. Finish that circle, bring that leg above you, and tuck the other leg in. And then bring the right foot down, and my bands are in the left hand. And then we start the circles on the opposite leg. You might want to start small till you know you have that stability in your hips. And then as you're ready, maybe you can make your circles bigger. Maybe you can stretch the right leg out on the ground and flex through the heel. Abs drawn in, back of the neck long. Start your circles with that inhale and finish with that exhale. Two more, nice and big, but quiet hips. And last time. Good. Both feet up in that band again. And then your hands are here on the sides of your bands, thumbs towards your face, bend your knees, deep breath in. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. On the inhale, extend your legs and reach your arms. So it's going to be a double leg stretch, but you might be limited by your band a little bit. On the exhale, stay lifted, simply bend the knees. On the inhale, stretch, reach, and then see if you can press out on the bands with your legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch, reach. Exhale, bend. Option, if you're not loving this and if that band is scary for you toward your face, you can simply do what we did a minute ago, right? But when you go into the extension, you can open your legs and your arms and then exhale. So inhale to open and exhale to close. Again, that band can be across your feet or over between your arms overhead. We're going to do 4 more, whichever version you want to do. Last 2. And last 1. Left foot on the ground, in the right knee, tabletop. Take your band across the front of the right thigh. Reach your fingertips long, so I'm just holding the band in between my thumb and index finger, basically. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift up. I'm going to push in with my right knee, but I'm going to press away with my hands, trying to create a long neck. And then when you're ready, lift the left leg up and reach it straight out. So I'm pushing against the right thigh with my hands and the band, and yet my right thigh is trying to creep in that right knee, put it on the ground, bring the band to your left thigh, deep breath in. Exhale, lift up, reach through your fingertips, press the thigh against the band, press your fingers away, and then as you're ready, lift the right leg and extend it. So it's single leg stretch, basically, but we're going to slow it down a little bit. And then right knee bends, left knee bends. Okay, here we go. Taking this with the breath, legs in tabletop, ribs pull down, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Band in the front of the right thigh. Exhale, reach through your left toes, press the band against your thigh. Inhale, switch it up. Exhale, reach to the right toes, create pressure against that left thigh. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach to the left toes, push against the thigh, and keep going. Good. I'm coming to check on y'all. Nice job. Keep it going. Good, good, good. So you should definitely feel these. This is a nice challenge for that single leg stretch. Last 2 on each leg. And last 1. And band goes across those shins. Give them a nice hug, take a little rock side to side, and then lift the band right above you. Make sure your hands are back to that hands distance apart. Lift your feet up, tabletop, deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in, staple it to the spine, to your spine, and then I want you to reach your arms overhead for for toe touches. Abs flat, so notice if your ribs have popped, pull them in. Toe touch option, single leg at a time, toe pointed. Remember, when you come up, you're taking your time on the way up. Or you could flex through the heel as you move that leg away from your body and back up. Or you can point your toes and lower both legs at the same time. Or you can flex through the heel and lower both legs at the same time. Check on your abs. Make sure they're not popping up when your feet move away from you, right? And then with those arms overhead, those ribs are going to want to lift. So you really have to be conscientious to keep those down. If you wanted to, you could go into a froggy position with your legs to create even a little more resistance. And the more you take your arms overhead, the more challenge you'll have in keeping those ribs flat. So we've got a lot going on, a lot of options. Single leg, double leg, toes pointed, heels flex, legs open, arms above you or up over your head. You choose. You're going to do 4 more of whichever variation you have found to make you super happy. And then once again, we will hug those knees in and take a little rock side to side. So much so that we can roll over onto one side. All right, we are gonna lasso our thighs. So what I'm gonna do, again, I already have a loop. So all I'm gonna do is create so that it's 2 loops, 2 loops in one. So you want something small like that, small and tight. If you have a single band, you just want to tie it, but you want it to be probably your loop only about that big, right? So you want to have some challenge. And then you're going to put it on your thighs, a couple inches above your knees, please. And then we're back on our sides. Okay. So your arm is underneath your ear and your rib cage is lifted. So you are doing some abdominal work here. Knees are out in front of your hips. And we're going to go into that Pilates V with our feet. So heels are together, toes are down, heels stay together, abs drawn in. Open that band. And from there, open it 2 more inches and open and open. So I'm never closing my legs. I'm never taking the tension off that band. I'm just pressing open and press. Good. Keep pushing that up against that band. Again, you should feel this in that outer hip area, I hope. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close that little experiment. Lift your feet up. Here you go, Roseanne. Heels stay together. And then from there, top leg opens and we press open more and more. So again, still feeling that in that outer hip and glute, but maybe just a little differently, slightly different angle on those muscle groups. Is your waistline still lifted? And relax. Hopefully you guys felt that in your upper hip. Give it a little love. Let's spin over to the other side, please. Keep yourself all tangled up in this band, please. Maybe not tangled up. All right, head resting on that arm, waistline off the ground. Feet are in the Pilates V, so that means heels are together, toes are apart, abs are drawn in. Open the top of the band, keep it open, and then press open more and more. So as always, we're keeping the tension on the band the whole time. Beautiful. All right, knees together, lift your heels up, bring those heels together, kick the waistline off the ground, open your top leg, and then from there, open more and more. Again, similar exercise, just a slightly different angle. And relax. Ooh, I felt them. Okay. From there, take your band, keep it in the loop, but move that loop down to your ankles, please. And we're going to pivot over onto our abdominals. Just stack your hands up and allow your forehead to rest there. So your feet are apart this time because we want to keep some tension on the band. Toes are pointed and the toenails are on the ground. Deep breath in, pull your belly button up and in, lift your kneecaps, and then lift your toes, your your ankles. Try and get your thighs off the ground. Keep your toes pigeon-toed for a minute. Press out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turn your toes out. Press out 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you lift your legs a little higher? Go pigeon-toed. Push 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press outward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax for just a moment. Deep breath in. Exhale. Belly button lifts up and in with those legs off the ground. And then press out, pigeon-toed. Press, 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 press. Now go toes out, heel in. Push, 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 push. And then lift your legs a little higher. Pigeon-toed. Press, press, press. Toes out. Push, 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 and relax. Let those hips rock side to side. We're going to press back. And as you do so, you can go ahead and take those loops off your feet for now. You can sit all the way back onto your heels, arms out front or by your sides. You can make little fists and tuck them behind your knees if you prefer. Okay, similar exercise to what we did at the beginning of class standing up. We're going to take the band across your right foot, the sole of your right foot. And then again, it's going to depend on your band as to which hand you use. Straighten out that right leg, and then lift that right foot off the ground. So, sort of a bird dog. Now, option, if you have a longer band, then that right, or a shorter band, that right arm is going to go up. If you have the ability, if you have a longer band, try and cross it behind you into your left hand. And then as your right foot goes up, that left hand will go, theoretically, it would go forward. Again, I have a short band because it's looped up. But what you're doing is that same thing we did a moment ago, extending that leg. So what I've done, I did bring it into my opposite arm, and now I'm just bringing that arm off to the side. So we're still getting that beautiful spine stability. That's the point of this exercise. And right glute work. And some shoulder work in that left arm, hopefully. Or if you're on your right arm, then even more balance challenge. Nice. And relax. Let's shift that tube over to your left foot. And then again, you're choosing, are you going to keep that in your left hand, a little different balance challenge, see how that works for you, or do you want to try and cross it over to your right? And again, that left leg goes in extension, and that right arm lifts up. If you have a longer band, your arm is going way out here in front of you, trying to get it up by your ear. So a couple options here. Whichever you've chosen, just create awareness around it so that you see, you can feel what you're doing. Abs are in, tailbone is in neutral, and relax. And now we're going to take that band, we're going to bring it underneath our armpits, and then hold on to it as if you have suspenders. Okay, the most challenging part of this is getting down onto the ground because you're going to come down onto your elbows, holding onto your band. And if you have a long band, you should have a long tail. And then you're going to come all the way down and get your pinky fingers on the ground. As always, we want our hands apart, right? So hands are the same distance apart as the elbows. So you can feel where this band is pressing between or at your shoulders. I want you to press against the band. And then pull your belly button in and lift. And then from there, you're gonna lift, 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 and eventually go into your plank. Now, from there, you can press against the band, press against the band, push against the band, and push, and push. So if you have a nice tight band, this will give you a lot of awareness. Do your best to make this a push against the band between your shoulder blades, not just a lift of the hips. Couple more here. And then relax, come down. Meet me in a seated position facing the camera with your left leg in front and your right leg off to the side, please. And your band with you. Yippee. So it's really easy to round into that left glute. So you want to sit up, push that glute out from under you so you can be taller. Then you're going to take your band, bring it over your head, try not to arch, but pull the ribs down. Press out on the band. And then we are going to travel, not the hands, the entire body over to the left, reaching, but making sure that your right leg stays down. Don't let that right leg lift up. Reach, reach, reach. Did you just do this with the band, or is your head between them? Exhale, use those obliques, come up. You should have felt this through that whole right side. Here we go, press out on the band. Make sure your head is in the center and you don't just go like that, right? Bring it all with you. Everything stays together. Nice, much better. Reaching, reaching. Is that right leg wanting to go up? If it goes up, you will fall over, so don't let it, and come back up. Deep breath in, here we go. Exhale, over to the left. Reach, 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 stretch tall, and sit up. Just two more. Exhale, reach, 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 and up. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, reach, and up. Woo, I feel those. Switch it up, please. So left leg is off to the side, right leg is in front. Again, it's kind of easy to round into that right side, so you want to lift up so that you are elongated. Band up over your head. Notice if your ribs pop, pull them down. And then the whole torso goes to the right and then back up again. So this side is harder for me. You'll see I'm trying to cheat a little bit, but I have to keep my head in center and I won't go as far. That's okay. Because if I go any farther, I'm going to fall over because that leg is going to lift up. That was my test. I failed. All right, here we go again. Exhaling as you reach, keeping that back leg grounded. And then come up. Two more times. Exhale over to the side. Reach, reach, reach. And back to center last time. Reach, reach, reach. And up. Woo. And we're back over facing the front again. Okay, so we'll do one more exercise and then we'll go, two more exercises, no, one more. Then we'll go into that preview from the beginning of class. So go ahead and roll on down and lasso one foot. How about right foot? Lasso your right foot. Bring your left leg up beside it. And then reach up to your right leg with both hands. So scissor exercise, sort of, okay, but not gonna, it's gonna be a little bit different. Flex through your right toes so you feel a stretch through your calf into your hamstring. And then we're gonna emphasize the right leg. So pull it closer to you, but then put the left leg in a position where your left hip can come onto the ground instead of being rolled up, right? And then all I want you to do is exhale, push the right leg forward, push it forward, inhale, stay here, scissors, and we'll do that again. Exhale, press and press, inhale, reach. Exhale, pull and pull. Be gentle. It's not a bounce, it's an individual pull each time. My elbows are going wide. If your head, neck, and shoulders are bugging you, you can certainly do this lying down. Two more like this. And last one. And then let's leave that right leg there, bend the left knee, bend the right knee, de-loop. That right hamstring should have a nice stretch on it though. And then that loop goes around your left foot. Left foot up in the air, flex through the heel, deep breath in, lift the head, neck, and shoulders, and we're gonna bring that right leg up. We're gonna flex through that left heel, we're gonna widen our elbows, and then we're gonna press the right leg ahead just enough that I can get the hip down so it's not rounded up. We're gonna flex and pull, pull. Inhale, everything center. Exhale, pull, pull, and center. Option, head, neck, and shoulders can be down on the ground. You actually have to pull your leg a little farther when you do that. Now, if it's weird for you to point your right foot and flex your left toe, you can flex them both. 2 more here. Last time. Right foot on the ground, left knee in, and relax. Take that band behind your thighs for me, please. All 10 toes on the ground, heels on the ground, palm facing up, deep breath in, exhale, use your biceps, and take your body up, 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 curl without kicking your feet off the ground, please. Inhale, sit tall. Same thing, exhale, roll back down again. So just notice if you had to kick your feet out to do that. We're trying to avoid that if possible. Deep breath in, exhale, lift it up, a vertebra at a time. Inhale at the top, and exhale to roll back down. Last time, deep breath in, exhale, lift it up, and sit tall. All right, so the idea was that we moved our torso without moving our feet. Some of you know what's coming. All right, step through that band with both feet, both hands on the band. And then remember, from the beginning of class, we did something similar, only one leg at a time. We're doing both legs. You'll see in a moment where it'll look the same. So what your challenge is, keep your knees directly over your hips. Mine are a little ahead. Let that be. Roll down. Here's the challenge. On the way up, don't move the knees. Don't move the knees. But you can crawl up your band to bring yourself up, right? Find out if maybe you need a tighter grip on your band. No movement of the knees. Roll down. Inhale at the bottom. Curl back up. Come up to your knees without kicking your knees away, right? So trying to keep the knees over the hips or fairly close to that. And lifting and lowering, exhaling to move, inhale at the bottom, exhale to curl up. Let me see 2 more, please. Can you do it without moving those feet at all? Can you keep your knees right over your hips? Okay. Come up, you can set your feet on the ground for a second. Somewhat easier. Now we're gonna leave our torso where it is, but let our legs go up and down. So it might be a smaller range of motion, or if you have petite legs and a longer torso, it might be a bigger range of motion. But make sure you're not rocking the boat, right? Rock, rock. No boat rocking, just legs moving. Nice, beautiful, Anne. Okay, all right, take a break. Here comes the fun one. It's not this, by the way, it's not wah wah, wah wah. Instead, everything is lying down, straight line, 180-degree line. Uh-oh, I'm talking geometry. And then we're trying to pull everything up at the same time and go into a beautiful V. I guess that's, I don't know, 90, 45 maybe? Hopefully 45. And then exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, hold at the top, and exhale down. Remember, you already did this at the beginning of class, only you only did one leg at a time, and you didn't have to move into it. You just found, oh, I can lift up with my torso and lift my legs higher. So I'm actually going to choke up on my bands even a little bit more, make this tighter, so that now when I come up, woo, the higher I lift my arms, the higher my legs will go, the more I can open those shoulders. Good. Let's see 3 more, please. And then meet me on your 3rd one here in your V. Lift your toes a little higher. Lift your arms up over your head. 4, 3, 2. Woo, bend your knees, put your feet on the ground, widen your feet, and let that bring you into a beautiful spine stretch. Nice. We're not dropping, we're just hinging forward. And then you can cross your bands if you want to and pull yourself a little deeper. You may not need the bands at all, or you can choke up on those bands, pull yourself closer that way. And then you'll release that, woo, sitting up nice and tall. Bring those bands around behind your hamstrings again, and just take your time rolling down a vertebra at a time. Time for a little bit of stretch. Okay, we're gonna lasso the right foot, press it up in the air. So we just gave it a really nice hamstring stretch a couple moments ago. So we're gonna just remind ourselves of that. We pulled that leg close as we flex through the heel so that we felt that stretch in the calf and the hamstring, and hopefully feeling it now. But now we're gonna take that over to the right. So I'm just gonna let my right elbow rest and my right leg hang out in space, left leg open to the opposite side. Then reach over with your left hand, bring that back through center and stretch out your left leg. Turn your right toes in and let them go about just a quarter of the way over towards your left shoulder. So your right hip is still on the ground. Then you're gonna bend the knee and go ahead and let that leg go all the way to the side. And then if you want, I'm gonna lift this up where you can see, stretch out that right leg straight, holding on to the band. So you get a giant twist, big stretch on the outside of that right leg, which we worked quite a bit. Reach over with your right hand, bend the right knee, come back through center, de-lasso your foot, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Passive figure 4. And then slide that leg farther across and bend your left knee. Bring your band around behind the left hamstring and pull that in. You can even push out with your elbow to push that right knee open. So again, a little outer hip stretch. And then finally, you're gonna cross that right leg all the way over the left. You can put that band across the left shin if you want. Take a little rock side to side, and then you can let your legs drop to the left. And if you want to, let your arms go up overhead and press out on the band for a long, deep stretch here. And then bring everything back through center. Stretch your legs out for just a moment. I think my right foot's about 6 inches longer than my left. Bend your right knee. Lasso your left foot for me, please. Hamstring stretch on that left side by flexing through those left toes and bringing that into the left hand. And then as you're ready, let that leg drop to the left, holding on to the band. So you're getting that passive inner thigh and hamstring stretch, just simply putting the left elbow on the ground. Reach over with your right hand, grab hold, bring that leg across, toe in, heel out, as you straighten out your right leg. IT band stretch. Then bend that knee in, an option to go into a twist, or while you're in that twist, you can straighten out the right leg and still get that outer hip and hamstring. Well, there's a lot going on here. Bring that back through center by grabbing it with your left hand, bend it, take the band off, cross it over your right thigh for a moment, and then cross it a little farther as you bend the right knee, band behind your right hamstring for a slightly deeper figure 4 stretch. Push out with your left elbow if you'd like. And then finally, cross that left knee, left knee all the way over the right. Press down on your right shin with the band if that would feel good. Feet go to the right and drop into a twist. Option to bring your arms up over your head and press out on the band. And then everything comes back through center. Put that band around your ankles and see, you could either rock side to side or maybe you could rock yourself up and come on over onto all fours. As you do so, you can unmute yourselves if you want to cat-cow with me, please. Hands right, shoulders out of your knees, shoulders out of your ears. Yeah, preferably shoulders out of your knees too. Exhale. Keep that stretch. And inhale into your cow. Ooh. Exhale back. And inhale out. Shoulders out of your ears, abs drawn in. Bring yourself